Shill alert, everyone, be careful. You have to protect your wallets, make sure they're close. Don't let the shills at them because they are here to trick you into buying a game that you probably aren't going to be happy with. Let's protect your purchases and don't let them trick us because they're making articles already. And of course, the YouTubers are also out there saying how they played 6 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows and how incredible it is. Meanwhile, we have seen it in action. It's a complete mess from top to bottom. We have issues with how the game was made, the bugs, the delays, and of course, Yasuke is a major issue still. But that's not going to deter our friends out there, the shills. Let's get to what's going on right after you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
JayViper is awesome. He's so good looking. He's got the crowd in awe.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the shill in question, okay? Let's talk about Morgan Park over at the very trustworthy PC Gamer. He played 6 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and folks, I think this one was worth the wait. Of course, I'm sure he's completely honest throughout this whole thing, telling us about all the glitches and bugs that he constantly saw that we saw in the gameplay reveal when they just went around, walking around, hitting things and just playing the game, and it was bug after bug after bug, and it was just a disaster. And I'm sure he'll get into all the historical problems after they said they're writing a love letter to Japan. I'm sure he'll approach the Yasuke thing where they shoehorned him in, and then later they decided that the delay was needed, and we found out the delay was actually to cut Yasuke back a bit because they already pissed off Japan enough that they really had to do something about it. I'm sure Morgan will get into it. Let's go see if he does, shall we? Let's hit that little under headline first where it says there's a lot riding on Shadows for Ubisoft, and it's making a fantastic first impression. Oh yes, people have just been raving about this one online, let me tell you. They are loving it. Let's do it right now. He's going to address Ubisoft directly. Okay, Ubisoft, I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows. I honestly did not see that coming. Yeah, definitely not. When Shadows was announced 3 years ago as Codename Red, I was prepared to give a big ol' shrug. Back then, it was billed as the next RPG Assassin's Creed in the vein of Odyssey or Valhalla, which sounded like the opposite of the AC games I wanted to play again. Not even its Japan setting turned me around, a destination so highly requested for so long that Ubi let Sony beat them to the gag with Ghost of Tsushima. Man, did they ever. And when they finally came back and they were like, you know what, let's do the Shadow situation. Let's do the right thing for Japan because Tsushima did. But Shadows was like, let's take the guy from Africa who just got to Japan. Let's make him a samurai, even though he's just been there for 18 months total and he can speak the language and he's a samurai. Oh my goodness, yes, let's do that. But since then, slowly but surely, Ubi has been saying all the right things. Oh my goodness, about Shadows to get a jaded, stealth-loving, we peak with Ezio fan to wonder, are we back? What is this saying all the right things? What is this linking? Ubisoft keeps talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows like it finally remembers it used to make Splinter Cell the greatest stealth games. Oh no, I'm not reading that. No, you're making me sick. Don't bring up Splinter Cell to me, man. Okay, that's a sore subject. Okay, we haven't seen one of those in a long time. One of the protagonists, Naui, is a shinobi with a hidden blade. Cool. Its open world Japan is smaller than Valhalla, but dense with cities and rooftops. Okay, good stuff. That's actually fine with me. I'd prefer it. There's a dynamic lighting system and a Splinter Cell-like visibility meter. Yes, keep talking. You can go prone to hide in low grass or find shortcuts through crawl spaces. Amazing, say more. You can extinguish candles and snuff out lanterns from a distance to create shadows. Perfect, no notes. This is shill shit. This amazing, say more, perfect, no, I mean, this is shill shit, okay? This is shill shit already. What universe are we in where someone reads this and they get hyped and not being like, oh my gosh, is this person writing compromised? Because when I read this, of course, you know, I'm programmed to think like this. But when I read this, I'm like, this makes me sick. Okay, this makes me sick. This was the stuff on my mind going to a 6-hour Shadows play session at Ubisoft. The first time anyone outside the studio has played the twice-delayed action RPG, it was largely a gameplay showcase. I played through part of each character's prologue, but not long enough to see Naui and Yasuke meet. And one main questline in the Harima province, one of 9 chunks of the map. Great. The idea behind Shadow's dual protagonist is ambitious and not at all subtle. They have done this before, granted they're different this time. This is Ubisoft simulating two distinct video game fantasies in a bid to satisfy two very different, almost opposing types of AC fans. The old purists who want hoods, blades, and creeds back, and the folks who love stepping into the boots of a historical warrior archetype. Assassins be damned. What's remarkable is that Ubisoft might just pull it off. The dual types of assassins is fine with me, although I still don't really feel like a Yasuke really fits in AC. I mean, what type of game are you making? What type of game are you making? And when you watch the Yasuke gameplay, dude is OP. It's ridiculous. He had a blast infiltrating castles, bounding over rooftops, and disassembling guard patrols one stab at a time as Naue. The dynamic lighting is just as cool as I hoped. That Splinter Cell visibility meter adds welcome complexity and expression of sneaking. Oh my goodness. So let's just talk about this guy, okay? So let's just look at what he's done in the past. Let's take a little dive into Morgan Park. He played 6 hours Assassin's Creed Shadow, folks. I think this one was worth it. It might be. But, I mean, it's probably not going to be. I know Valhalla was a huge seller. I think they're going to take a step back here. Obviously, Japan is furious, and there are plenty of people that are watching the gameplay of them just standing still, getting hit. I mean, we have issues throughout the game, like the sword cuts. They're just trying to show off the bamboo getting cut, and when the sword goes through the bamboo, it's cutting in different places. When you're chopping off arms and heads for no reason, your sword's passing through like foreheads and the neck goes. I mean, you've got freaking the assassinations from Naui, and her hands like going through people's heads. The game isn't really ready. I mean, and that's clear. Not that Ubisoft cares. The delay was to basically remove Yasuke as much as possible without destroying the game, because now you can switch between Naue and Yasuke pretty much whenever you want, with the exception of like a few missions where one or the other is required. So this is something else Morgan Park wrote. 8 hours in, Suicide Squad doesn't seem like the disaster some are waiting for. This game was a hot mess. Hot mess. From ugly characters to boring, repetitive gameplay that really was the same beginning to end, outside of pretty much just switching characters to make it feel any different. One weapon was the same as the next. Same as the next, just stronger. Same as the next, just stronger. Oh my goodness, this game was a hot mess, so bad that it just recently went on sale for $350, and then they were like, you know what, we're done with this game, and we're going to stop producing it, and that's it. No more updates. I mean, come on, that just happened, and they weren't even done Season 1. Oh yeah, it's not the disaster. It's not the disaster. No one liked the game. People didn't buy the game. It had horrible reviews from players, the gamers, the people that mattered. Not you, Morgan Park. Not you. Uh-oh. I played 7 hours of Concord this weekend and immediately want to get back in. Oh, PlayStation's hero shooter has more in common with Call of Duty than Overwatch. Who cares? The game is ugly. It's freaking horrible. The character designs were an embarrassment. So bad that the person who helped design them complained about how bad they were, and she pretty much tried to shovel blame off of herself. Trying to say, hey, I'm just a concept artist. Blame the artists. They were that bad that they were like just trying to get rid of the blame. They didn't want it. That's how bad it was. Not to mention that the actual levels were not well made. The characters themselves, like their personalities, were bland and boring, and nothing happened, and there was no back and forth. Not that that's super important, but they wanted to build an IP. They thought they had the next Star Wars on their hands, folks. They had big plans for Concord, and they flushed a $400 million project right down the toilet in 10 days. He couldn't wait to get back in. Lots of people waited with their wallets, and you know what? They ended up just closing them because the actual game had like a quarter or a fifth of the people playing than the beta did, which you almost never see unless something's really bad. If something's really bad, you'll see that. Kind of like Concord. So again, Morgan Park, all on his own with that take. I'm sure that's it though, right? That's got to be it. Oh, what's this? Star Wars Outlaws looks like the best thing Ubisoft has made in years. What? Like, once we started seeing KVS and a little bit of gameplay, and this was with gameplay, my friends. This is with gameplay. Everyone was like, what are we looking at here? Like, this game's a hot mess. And of course, you get the defenders. The Ubisoft defenders. Again, another Ubisoft game. He's here shilling for. Shill. I'm sure the money will just rain in. Shill it out. You know? You get the Ubisoft defenders who are like, boom! Hey! The game's not finished. Have you played it yet? Oh, you're just a grifter. Meanwhile, we're looking at the gameplay and we're making our observation, which is exactly what I should be doing and everyone should be doing, because we should be holding these AAA and quadruple A developers to a very high standard. Games ain't free. They're $60 and $70, and some people are asking, maybe we should make them $100. To those people, if you're here, I just want to say, go f yourself. Because I'm not interested in that. We're not paying $100 for these games. Could you imagine them trying to push Outlaws for $100? This is where we're at. People want them to do this. No, thank you. I'm not into it. But I'm sure this is the end of Morgan Park's insanity. Let's check. Oh my God, he got to play Outlaws, and he didn't change his mind, did he? After 5 hours of exploring the galaxy and ghosting past stormtroopers, Star Wars Outlaws is finally winning me over. Our best look yet at Ubisoft's open world Star Wars game. This dude doesn't know games. And I can't come to another conclusion other than that. This guy is pretty much put in front of a computer, and PC Gamer says, say nice things. Go play this game, and then just say only the nice things, because we have ad revenue to deal with. Which, again, my friends, is why you should always go to the YouTubers first. Go to them, cut these people out. There's like 40 of these gaming journalists left. That's, in my opinion, about 40 too many, because they are absolutely cooked. They do not tell the truth almost ever. Sometimes they do, but it's so rare that you don't know when to believe them unless they're giving something a bad score. Is that where we want to be? No. Come here. Come to the people like me. Stay away from the YouTube shills, of course. You hopefully pay attention. And again, you want to find the YouTube shills? Go look at the people who told you how great Outlaws was or was going to be after they put their hands on it. Go look at the people who said how great Veilguard was going to be because they had their hands on it. Go look at those people. And if you're following them, unfollow them. That's all I can tell you about that, okay? Now, I wanted to go learn a little more about Morgan Park, but he's on protected mode. Gee, wonder why. I don't know if he stays on protected mode, but I think it's kind of weird for a staff writer PC Gamer to be on protected mode on X, unless he's run over to PDF Sky, which is kind of what I think might have happened. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys. Just protect your wallets. Be very careful stepping around this stuff. When you see something happening in a video game, and it's repeated, like the freaking eye poses and the broken stealth mechanics, and the bad like animations and the swords swimming around, just know what you're looking at, okay, gameplay wise. And then on top of that, the disrespect toward Japan and taking Yasuke and shoehorning him into the game. You know that's what happened. You can't deny that's what happened. You cannot defend it. It's indefensible. I mean, don't reward Ubisoft if you can help it, okay? And if you feel like you absolutely must play it, I always say, do the Ubisoft Pro Plus, whatever that thing is called. It's $18 for 1 month. You get it, you cancel it, you can play the game for a month, you can finish it, whatever, and you have saved yourself a load of money. And of course, as always, they include their new big releases in it, and that is how to play these games if you feel like you absolutely have to put your hands on it. That's all I have for you today. Please let me know what you think of this video and, my hair, because, it's looking really good today. I know it is. But let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so I can see you on the next one. I'm out of here. Love you in pieces. Bye, everybody.